Hey, are you new here? It looks a little wet outside. I don't know if you should be out here. Come on in, just for a little while. Listen to it's nice weather. Tell you something. Here we are. It's a nice morning, and this is where I've been staying about the past 3-4 months. Quite a long time for how little I actually have done. I usually go look at other people. It's kind of funny, but I still would like to walk you through what I have done over this period of time. So, let's get to it. Starting with where it all started and why I picked this location. And this is where I've been staying. This little area, and it was nice and flat. It was pretty good for building, which I thought, was nice. And this water was also important. I needed this side of water here to really, it's just a part of the build in the future, which is like, I wanted to be a beach side. Should be important. And I switch you over to the wall. I wanted to build this wall because I wanted to be safe in this area. I didn't want to have to worry about it. I wanted to be able to just build and live in here, happily and safely. You see here, it's 2 blocks tall. Eventually, I will transition over making it 3 blocks tall. That just kind of happens over time. You might even see it in one of the next clips. Well, yeah, it was actually pretty nice. See, I had been doing some strip mining to really get geared up because I want to be able to tackle this world with stuff. So, I have all the materials for this wall, which is really nice. And I did have to do a little strip mining, so I didn't do all the materials immediately. I had to go back and get a little bit more. But it was just kind of nice having it all there and ready at the hand for me when I need it. You can also see in there's torches. These torches are specifically placed so that everywhere is lit up. It's just they're all placed, I don't know, maybe 16 blocks? Can't quite remember, but far enough where they would all be lit. Onward to the other thing you might have noticed. You might see the paths in this ground. These are the next things I did immediately after. I placed down the moss as the flooring and these paths as like a palette. So we're going to jump over to an actual time lapse of me putting together a bit of this path at least. And here we go. I had to dig this up, and there was luckily a lava pool, which actually comes in a lot of use later, because I need a bit of obsidian before I get to the end, so that's fun. And also here, I have a path planned out, and there's a few boxes of buildings. The path was kind of like a reference, a guideline, so I would know where to put these buildings and an idea of roughly where things might be able to go. I'm not sure if this is actually the best order. Looking back, I didn't really plan it where buildings would have good space. Everything is just trying to fit around this path, and the path takes up most of the stuff. It makes it hard to build buildings to actual scale here, which I found kind of sad. And also, you'll see here, I'm going through and texturing this path. This path was I'm probably going to keep it the same the whole time, so I need to do high quality. It's kind of an okay path. The idea is it's darker towards the middle, so it's more travel on. I imagine most people know about this stuff. Terraforming, whatever. And now that the first path is done, the first building must begin. This is my little storage container. My home for this whole time, and the storage place for the whole time. It was just a little structure. I saw Mumbo Jumbo build one on Hermitcraft Season 10. I was like, this is just the coolest little building. And it could be easy to make at the start. So this is roughly inspired by him. I made it a little longer, did a slightly different block palette, and stuff like that. Also tried to make it bigger on the inside because, like I said, I would be living in here. And you can see it's a lot of similarities. And this also changes a lot, as there's a few times where this world fails and I have to back it up and make new ones and lose progress and rebuild stuff. Jeepers, that was not fun. So through the time of this world, this block palette changes through this video. You might also see some things in the background. These are things I'm going to briefly talk about now and solidly talk about themselves in their own section of the video. So here we go. First off, if we look back over here and a little bit down, you'll see the villagers. These guys are my lifeline. I do so much with them, they will need a big section because they're just a rough go. I spend a lot of time on them and they have their own build and stuff. And they're kind of cool. So there they are. And I have iron ones and stuff like the guys who trade me tools and diamond equipment, which is now relevant to back here. the automated farms. Here I built a simple moss and iron farm. 2 farms that would carry me through this section of the season, whatever it's called. Yeah, those guys. And this is my area and the animal area. Iron golems aren't supposed to be there, but the sheep are. Also, I built a new one for like cows or something. Think so, yeah. And the final one that I've been trying to say is my area. This is all my chests and my bed and everything, which I am now going to move into my storage container. Let's go. And now that we're finished moving everything in, it's feeling a little cramped in here. As you see from this little photo, there's a lot of stuff in here. But I kind of ignore that for a while. I do have a plan for a bigger storage system, which is a reference to another Hammercraft thing, which is Exuma, what he's doing with Copper Golems in Season 11. But that's gonna come not even in this episode, I don't think. Next up is dealing with these villagers. It's the next thing on the list. And I'm just going to cut through what happened with them very quickly, because a few things did, and it was just an annoying series of events. So here we go. It started with getting the villagers. These guys were not nice. This video is just like a little clip of me rounding them up in the background, don't worry about that. But I actually went and found a village, and then I had to travel back via Nether. I only lost like, I don't know, 6 villagers on the way. It was painful. It wasn't too bad. I got it done, and then I was like, yay, finally. Just a sigh of relief. No longer having to worry about obtaining the villagers, dealing with them. Well, that wasn't quite it. I had to get them in a boat, take them away, and bring them back to my place, where I'd eventually have to breed them and get more. But disaster strikes very, very shortly after I get them. Not once, twice, maybe 3 times. And that's here. Where I got them, I put them in a box in my little mossed out area to keep them nice and safe. I flew in, watched the villagers drop straight in, and I worked around with them. This was good until zombies happen. I'm pretty sure that's what happens next, comes next in the storyline. Yeah, a zombie gets in with them, kills them, and then you'd never believe what happens. Daytime comes around and they burn. They burn a lot. It was not fun. But that's done and over with. So we're moving on. There are villagers in our box area. This is in the current state of the world. There was something else bad around the corner. Errors. Yep. Server crashed. But like bad crash. An update completely broke it, killing the world, the files, everything. Just constant crash. It's like the update that made like a bunch of copper things oxidize, and every time it would just crash the server. So I had to resort to the latest working like save I have, which was right after the villagers got infected and died. So I had to get them again, just because why not make me get new villagers? Yeah. So that's what I did. I went and got even more, again, brought them back, and had to rebuild this structure you see here, because, well, yeah, it was back before that structure was built. And now we're going to go to the outside to see the finished, nice looking little structure. And here you can see that it's shipping containers, which is kind of following the theme. I like the kind of shipping vibe. It's like they were just placed here in this area, and that's where they set up. And, you know, solar panel, I'm kind of iffy about that one, but I do kind of like how it is and how it like routes to the power box. So I also figured this should be enough space to put all my villagers, which I mean is pretty true. I got my ones that I sell my iron to in the top, and then the rest in the bottom that I trade with for getting other stuff like mending or books, so on and so on. The next thing I'd like to talk about is this little portal here. This is my nether portal. It's pretty simple. I wanted something functional on the figure, so I did a little sketch, which I think I'll throw up on screen somewhere around now. And I thought that was fun. But I put too many leaves, and I don't think I actually like these leaves. It's the mangrove roots. So I think I'm going to get rid of almost all of them because they're too much. They cover it. And I think the gray, black, burnt, charred look is kind of what I'm going for. So we'll leave it like that. And we'll keep moving on. Over here is something different. I was kind of working away and I was like, my area is really flat. And I could use a little bit of terraforming. I'm also not sure if I'm going to keep the walls or not, because I feel kind of out of place. So what I am thinking though is terraform like this. There's these little like rock bunches, and they kind of match the gray aesthetic of the ground. And they're like a little elevation, some texture to the very, very flat world I live in right now. Because I have just like flattened everything and left it that way. So I might add some more rock bunches. And now that I think about it, probably take down the wall. And while we're talking about wall, we might as well keep on trucking. No reason to stop here. This is a big, big wall. Also the mountain, which is basically the backdrop to my base plan. And now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably a better wall than the current one I have, and I can just use this mountain as a whole wall. As you see here, it wraps all the way around the side of the base. So I won't really need a wall to keep me safe from outside stuff, because the mountain's already doing that. And you can see it's just stone right now. I might have to do other stuff to it. It could stay stone, but I also need to work on lighting. Because right now everything is just torches, and that does not look good. So we might have to get some other stuff in there, stopping mobs from spawning, because I was getting attacked. And here you can see a big, big wide base, all the way around, with the lovely details and the things to come, but not for a while. And I guess we should jump into the last part of this video before the ending and stuff. And that is my farms and the background stuff. The stuff I've been doing, like right here, this beacon. This was really fun to get. I got to fight the Wither, which I technically cheesed. I fought him underground. I got a lot of people that. I wasn't thinking about recording, so I don't have that either. And then down here, iron. I'm so happy with how this has turned out. I have stacks and stacks upon iron. Like I think right there I had 1, 2, 3, 4 times like 5. No, 3 times 5. I had like 15 stacks of iron blocks, which just felt amazing. And that is because of these iron farms. These are so simple, so easy to make, and yet super efficient, especially with like a simple AFK session overnight. It's just lovely. I have these two, and I have one more over to the left up in the sky. It was my first one before I realized it's either just put them on the ground. Like this, and this is, some of my villagers have gone into this. It's like 3 villagers and 1 zombie who's named, and I get the name tags from the villagers. And cactus. My probably least favorite in the game thing to deal with is getting green dye. Because cactus, I never have a desert near me, except for in this world where spawn is a desert, which is kind of silly for me. And over here on the left next to the cactus farm, you'll see what was supposed to be a villager breeder, because I wanted more villagers without having to manually do stuff, but it was quite the failure. Like, the villagers were supposed to pick stuff up and I do the research, but they just don't. They don't feel like it. So all they do is sit in there and walk around. I don't know how to make it work. I might take it down, I might revamp it, figure out why it's not working. One of the above. Just get it done with, deal with it. That basically just said the same thing. Yeah, so here's all the farms in total. And yeah. Then we're back in the villager area thing, and it's just like, why not? This is where I want to talk, because like, I don't know, it's a nice little space. I just want to say, like, I've been having issues getting Minecraft to run good, and this video, you might notice, I don't know if you noticed, but it is not at 10 FPS like my previous videos, which is really nice. And that's because I recorded like this entire video in Flashback, a really neat mod. And I get it on, like, I think I got mine on Moderneth, and I just use it to like record everything in the third person, and then I can like make the video 30 FPS even if it wasn't 30 FPS for me. So I have fun. I can show what I'm doing without like the issues. The issues is you can't really see what's in my inventory, what I'm doing, annoyingly. There's a first person, but it's not good. And yeah, so thanks for watching. See ya, goodbye. Have a good afternoon, night, day, whatever time it is you're watching.